Welcome to Fashion Footnotes, where we dive deep into the stories behind fashion's most iconic brands. Today, we're unraveling the story of Chanel, a brand synonymous with elegance, rebellion, and timeless style. From its founder's humble beginnings to its transformation into a global luxury empire, the history of Chanel is filled with fascinating innovation, ambition, and resilience. Let's embark on this journey through the life of Gabrielle Coco Chanel, her revolutionary vision, and the legacy of the Chanel brand. Chapter 1. Gabrielle Chanel's early life, the roots of resilience and style. Our story begins in 1883 in the small town of Saumur, France, where Gabrielle Chanel was born into poverty. Gabrielle's life was challenging from the start. Her mother passed away when Gabrielle was just 12, leaving her and her siblings in the care of a father who abandoned them shortly after. This hardship led to her being sent to a convent orphanage in Aubazine, where she learned skills that would later influence her career. It was here, under the watchful eye of the nuns, that Gabrielle developed her sewing skills and her minimalist aesthetic, a stark contrast to the ornate, restrictive styles popular at the time. While the simplicity of the orphanage shaped her, Gabrielle's ambition set her on a different path. She longed to break away from the societal norms that restricted women. As a young woman, she took on work as a seamstress by day and a singer by night, where she earned the nickname Coco, inspired by the songs she sang. Though her singing career was short-lived, Coco's passion for independence and her desire to redefine femininity only grew stronger. Chapter 2. Chanel No. 5, A Revolutionary Scent, 1921. One of Chanel's most iconic contributions to fashion and culture came not from fabric, but from fragrance. In 1921, Chanel released her first perfume, Chanel No. 5. But this wasn't just any perfume. It was revolutionary. At a time when women wore simple, single-note floral scents, Chanel No. 5 introduced a complex blend of floral and aldehyde notes that was unlike anything the world had smelled before. Collaborating with perfumer Ernest Beaux, Chanel chose the fifth sample he presented to her, hence the name No. 5 Feet. The perfume wasn't just about scent. It was about identity. It symbolized modern femininity and elegance, encapsulating Chanel's belief that a woman's fragrance was a key part of her presence. The bold rectangular bottle and minimalist design also broke tradition, reflecting her values of simplicity and elegance. Chanel No. 5 was a huge success, adored by Hollywood stars and embraced by women worldwide. Its legacy was sealed when Marilyn Monroe famously claimed that she wore nothing but a few drops of Chanel No. 5 to bed. Chanel No. 5 became and remains one of the best-selling perfumes in the world, a testament to Coco's vision of timeless allure. Chapter 3. The Little Black Dress, Reinventing Femininity, 1926. In 1926, Chanel introduced another piece that would forever change the fashion landscape, the Little Black Dress, or LBD. Until then, black was typically reserved for mourning, a somber color rarely seen in fashionable contexts, but Chanel saw potential in black as a symbol of sophistication and versatility. She designed a simple, calf-length black dress that was elegant, understated, and versatile, with clean lines and no frills. The simplicity of the LBD allowed women to accessorize it to suit any occasion, making it accessible and adaptable. When Vogue published an illustration of the dress, they declared it a sort of uniform for all women of taste, emphasizing its universality and timelessness. The little black dress became a staple in every woman's wardrobe, breaking away from the ornate and restrictive fashion of the time. It was a symbol of liberation, embodying Chanel's vision of a chic, independent woman who didn't need excessive decoration to express her elegance. Chapter 4. World War II, A Complicated Era for Chanel. The onset of World War II brought turbulent times for Chanel. In 1939, she closed her couture house, believing that high fashion had no place in a world at war. But she maintained her suite at the Ritz Hotel in Paris, where she lived through the German occupation. During this period, Chanel was involved in a controversial relationship with a German officer, Hans Günther von Dinklage, which led to accusations of collaboration with the Nazis. While this chapter of Chanel's life is controversial, it reveals the complexities of her character. After the war, Coco Chanel faced criticism and went into a form of self-imposed exile in Switzerland. Yet, Chanel's resilience ultimately saw her return to Paris to reclaim her place in fashion history. Chapter 5. The Comeback of Chanel, Reinventing Classic Luxury, 1954. By 1954, Coco Chanel was in her 70s, and the fashion world had largely moved on, embracing the new look popularized by Christian Dior. This style celebrated full skirts, tiny waists, and structured femininity, a stark contrast to Chanel's minimalist approach. But Chanel saw the new look as regressive, and she felt compelled to counter it with her own vision of femininity. That year, she returned to the fashion world and reintroduced her now iconic Chanel suit. The Chanel suit was a direct contrast to Dior's ultra-feminine designs. It was practical, structured, and allowed women to move freely. The suit featured a collarless jacket and a fitted skirt, often crafted from Chanel's favorite fabric, tweed. The edges were trimmed and the jacket had gold button pockets, a perfect blend of elegance and functionality. Chanel's comeback was met with mixed reviews at first, but soon her suit became a symbol of chic sophistication, especially among the elite. The Chanel suit represented a new era of power dressing for women and became a go-to ensemble for icons like Jackie Kennedy and Grace Kelly. Coco's return marked the revival of the Chanel brand and established her as a leading influence in post-war fashion. Chapter 6. The Death of Coco Chanel and the Birth of a New Era, 1971. Coco Chanel passed away in 1971, leaving behind an incredible legacy. Her death marked the end of an era, but the brand she built was far from over. The House of Chanel faced uncertainty for several years, with multiple designers trying to fill the void left by Coco's departure. However, it wasn't until 1983, when Karl Lagerfeld took over as creative director, that Chanel entered a new era of innovation. Lagerfeld respected Chanel's legacy but wasn't afraid to modernize her classics. He reimagined the Chanel suit, played with the brand's traditional black and white palette, and introduced bold jewelry and logos. Under Lagerfeld's leadership, Chanel transformed from a heritage brand into a fashion powerhouse with global appeal. He brought the interlocking CC logo to the forefront, making it an iconic symbol in its own right. Lagerfeld's vision pushed the brand into the 21st century, while staying true to Chanel's spirit of elegance, innovation, and rebellion. Chapter 7. Chanel Accessories, Timeless Icons of the Brand. While Chanel is best known for its clothing, its accessories have played a crucial role in defining the brand's image. The Chanel 2.55 handbag, for instance, is legendary. Introduced in February 1955, hence the name, the bag was revolutionary for its time. Coco Chanel wanted a hands-free bag that was both stylish and functional, so she added a chain strap, allowing women to carry it on their shoulder. The quilted pattern, inspired by jockey jackets, and the burgundy interior became trademarks of this classic bag. The 2.55 remains one of the most sought-after bags in fashion, a true icon of style. Then there's Chanel's use of pearls and costume jewelry. Coco herself adored pearls, wearing them often, sometimes even layering multiple strands. She believed that accessories should complement a woman's style without overshadowing it, and her approach to jewelry reflects this philosophy. Chanel's costume jewelry, often crafted with faux pearls, gold, and glass, allowed women to adorn themselves luxuriously without breaking the bank. It was another way Coco made elegance accessible. Chapter 8. Modern Chanel, Innovations and Lasting Influence. Today, Chanel stands as one of the world's most influential fashion houses, respected for its dedication to craftsmanship, luxury, and innovation. The brand has embraced sustainable initiatives, including efforts to responsibly source materials and reduce its environmental impact. At the same time, Chanel remains committed to producing quality garments that are both beautiful and durable. Beyond fashion, Chanel continues to inspire through its connections to art, cinema, and culture. The brand sponsors art exhibitions, collaborates with artists, and maintains its association with high-profile celebrities like Kristen Stewart and Margot Robbie, who embody Chanel's spirit of individuality and sophistication. The legacy of Coco Chanel, combined with the modern touch of designers like Karl Lagerfeld and Virginie Viard, has ensured that Chanel remains relevant and revered. Chanel is more than a brand. It's a philosophy. A belief in elegance, individuality, and timeless style. Through every piece it creates, Chanel continues to tell the story of a woman who dared to redefine femininity and fashion itself. And that's the story of Chanel, a brand born from resilience, redefined by elegance, and propelled forward by innovation. From Coco's first shop in Deauville to becoming a global fashion empire, Chanel remains a beacon of timeless style and fearless femininity. Coco Chanel's vision transformed how we see beauty, luxury, and individuality, and her legacy lives on in every piece, every fragrance, and every design bearing her name. So, whether it's the crisp lines of a Chanel suit, the allure of Chanel No. 5, or the iconic interlocking Cs, the spirit of Coco Chanel endures, reminding us to embrace our unique style and to live with elegance and purpose. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the legacy of Chanel. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories behind fashion's most iconic brands. Until next time on Fashion Footnotes, stay inspired, stay chic, and remember, style is eternal.